The small house where Layla lived with her family was located in a crowded neighborhood, where poverty was the most visible aspect of everything around her. The neighborhood was filled with narrow streets, children playing despite the limited resources, and old doors with rust-colored stains, telling of the hardships of time. Life was not easy for Layla. She shared her room with her siblings and slept on a small, worn-out bed. Her father worked a humble job, barely providing for the family's basic needs, while her mother struggled to keep the household together. Layla witnessed her mother's daily hardships, fighting to feed the family and pay the rent. These struggles left deep impressions on her heart, silently fueling her determination to change their fate. Despite her young age, Layla had dreams bigger than herself. She would sometimes sit on the worn-out wooden steps in front of their home, gaze up at the sky, and say to herself, "One day, I'll be rich. I'll build a big house for my mom, and I'll make sure my dad can rest after all his hard work." Her words were like a mirage, but she never stopped repeating them, as if her words could shape her future. At school, Layla was a diligent student, always at the top of her class. She knew that education was her only way out of poverty. She didn't own new books, but she borrowed them and studied hard. While her classmates talked about fashion and toys, Layla imagined herself as a successful businesswoman wearing elegant clothes, owning her own company. Her dream grew each day, and with every hardship she faced, her determination strengthened. As time passed, Layla found inspiration in television programs and any books she could access. She saw stories of successful women who had changed their lives through hard work and commitment. Noticing their resilience and determination to overcome challenges, Layla began to believe that her life could change too. One day, she saw her mother crying quietly, covering her face with her hands. Layla knew why: there wasn't enough money for basic necessities. This painful scene was hard for her to witness, but it deepened her resolve to break free from poverty and achieve success, no matter the cost. As a teenager, Layla decided she couldn't wait to grow up to pursue her dream. She took a job after school at a small candy shop, working diligently to help the shopkeeper with orders and organizing supplies. Although it was a simple job, it felt like the first step toward her dream. Every month, Layla set aside part of her small wages, hoping to someday start her own business. She knew this money wasn't much, but it was the beginning she needed. Layla approached adulthood with an unshakable ambition, undeterred by daily struggles and challenges. She kept her ultimate goal in mind, working hard to overcome any obstacle in her path. In time, she realized that working in a small candy shop wouldn't be enough to fulfill her big dreams. She began exploring other ways to advance herself and to make her next leap forward, to start a business of her own, however small. One day, Layla saw an announcement for a free business and marketing workshop at a local center. Balancing school and work was tough, yet she decided to attend. She sensed this could be the opportunity she'd been waiting for to understand how to start and run a business. During the workshop, Layla learned the basics of marketing and customer attraction, as well as simple financial planning for small businesses. These were completely new concepts to her, but she was determined to understand everything fully. She asked countless questions, took notes, and mentally applied what she learned, preparing herself to make her dream a reality. After finishing the workshop, Layla thought seriously about applying what she had learned. She didn't have much capital, but she realized she could start a very small project. She decided to sell traditional sweets her mother made, collaborating with her mother to prepare small batches to sell to her classmates, neighbors, and people in the neighborhood. Using some ideas from the workshop, she attracted customers by wrapping the sweets beautifully and adding a personal touch, which caught people's attention. With time, her small business began to make modest profits, enough to boost her self-confidence and make her dream feel closer. Despite her initial success, Layla's path wasn't smooth. Sometimes, she struggled with a lack of supplies and had to work long hours to balance school and her small business. She had no financial help and relied solely on herself, which added to her burden. But in return, she learned the value of patience and hard work, building a solid reputation with her customers. As her success grew, she began to feel ready to expand her project. She decided to rent a small stall in a nearby market to sell the sweets she and her mother made. This stall marked her first real step toward her dream, her first true business venture. The market was a bustling place full of vendors from all walks of life, and Layla had to develop many skills to keep up with her competition. She learned from other vendors how to attract customers, negotiate prices for ingredients, and handle different types of customers. Over time, she gained loyal customers, and her small stall became popular in the market. She put every effort into delivering high-quality products, earning the trust of her customers and making bigger profits. With every milestone, Layla's ambition grew beyond a small stall. She envisioned using her earnings to start a bigger business. Every night, she counted her savings and mentally mapped out plans to open her own store or perhaps start a small candy factory. She was convinced that this dream was now within reach. With her hard work and dedication, Layla achieved great success in the world of sweets. She became known as the Candy Queen, and her reputation spread beyond her neighborhood. Eventually, she saved enough money to open a larger shop in a prime location, transforming her small stall into a well-established store that attracted customers from all over. Within a short period, Layla noticed that her small business was turning into something bigger than she had ever anticipated. The store was bustling with customers daily, and her products gained attention on social media due to their quality and unique presentation. Not content with just one store, Layla began receiving offers to expand her business into a chain and even saw opportunities for distribution deals. This was a defining moment for her. She felt that her dream, which she had nurtured for years, was finally within reach. In the midst of her growing success, love unexpectedly entered Layla's life. She met Samir, a charming and sophisticated man who worked in marketing. They met during a business event, and although Layla was cautious, she couldn't ignore the attraction she felt toward him. Samir was smart, funny, and seemed Samir had a way of making her feel that she could be both successful and happy. Their daily meetings became a source of comfort and joy in her busy life, and she found herself falling for him, even though she feared the effect this love might have on her business. As time passed, Layla began to feel uneasy about the way love was changing her priorities. She was spending less time at work, and her focus was beginning to shift. She worried that her relationship with Samir would derail the dream she'd worked so hard to build. Torn between love and ambition, she felt as if she were at a crossroads. As her relationship with Samir continued, problems at work started to grow. Layla noticed that her store wasn't generating the same profits as before, and customer complaints were increasing. Even more troubling, Samir's behavior started to raise suspicions in her mind about his true intentions. One day, Layla discovered that Samir had been planning to use her business for his own benefit. Heartbroken and disappointed, she realized she had let love distract her, causing losses in her business. Now she faced a tough decision: give up on love, or risk losing everything she had worked for. With a heavy heart, Layla decided to end her relationship with Samir. Although the decision was difficult, she knew she needed to reclaim her focus and pursue her dream. She realized that she alone was responsible for her success, and the sacrifices she'd made couldn't be wasted. After her painful decision, Layla returned to her business with renewed dedication. She worked tirelessly to repair the issues that had developed during her time with Samir, restoring her store's reputation and winning back customer trust. She even launched new product lines and created a plan to open new branches. Through this experience, Layla learned valuable lessons. True success requires balance between work and personal life, and love should never come at the expense of her dreams. She became more cautious, planning her future carefully, now fully committed to her goals. Thanks to her hard work and perseverance, Layla managed to revive her business and build her reputation again. This comeback marked a fresh start for her. She felt stronger and wiser, knowing that nothing could destroy her ambition. Layla became an inspiring figure, known not only for her success in business but for her story, which became a model for anyone with a dream. She opened new branches, managed a small candy empire, and achieved the life she had once only dreamed of. After years of sacrifice and hard work, Layla finally found the balance she had always sought. She learned that true happiness comes from balancing love, success, and personal growth, and that strength lies in prioritizing what truly matters. In the end, Layla achieved what she had dreamed of from the start: a life of dignity, abundant success, and a dream fulfilled through her determination and strength. She became a symbol to all who knew her, a model of resilience, and an example of how anyone can overcome hardship to reach their dreams.